Hello, 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 fellow gamers. I'm assuming you can hear me. It's one of those things that you can never quite know for sure. Actually, I am not opening a case after every kill anymore, so that can go away, and that can probably go a bit like that. There we are. I know what I'm doing. Hello, thank you everyone for hanging out. It's late here on a school night, but I was playing some Team Fortress 2 anyway, so I thought, why not play some Team Fortress 2 whilst we're streaming. I just came out of a game which was like the most one-sided game. You know the games. You know the games where one team isn't even getting out of spawn. It was one of those games. So hopefully it's something a bit more balanced this time. Hello there, Eric. Eric, I'm guessing you would say that, Eric. I always like seeing the names in chat, challenging myself to know how to read them. Oh, that was a great match made. Thank you. Thank you, Valve. Put me into a match that's just finished. I suppose it sort of makes sense. At least we get to start on a new one. Eric. Yep, I said it right. Please don't hate me for dabbing, guys. Oh, so it's probably a little bit late, actually, in Europe. Hello there, L Hyper. I was going to go for Elif, like with a PH, but that would just be dyslexic if I read it like that. Yeah, so there's like 3 time zones in most of Europe, isn't there? Far east of the Europe, Estonia, and so on. I'm sorry, L Hyper. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Bandwagon, the Lakers fans since July 1st, 2018. I'm guessing they won something around that time. Glory Seeker is what we call you, Bandwagon. Okay. Nice brand new server. I need to HUD reload scheme because my chat is broken. There we go. Looking good. Looking good. Hello, Glow. Glow Hano. Everyone's like trying to challenge me with their names today. No one's just got a nice, simple name like George. That's not actually that simple of a name because it starts with a G. That was a bad example. But you know what I'm trying to say. John. You can't go wrong with John. Unless it's got a H in it, and then it's Jahan. Names are stupid. Like, you know, when people just like stick like an extra letter on the end of their name, it doesn't like make any sense at all. Is it meant to be said differently? Is it like Casper? No, it's just Casper. My name is pronounced Glow. Glow, no. The H is silent, so it might be easier for you. Random crits are fair and balanced, says Communist Putis Burb. Putis Burb. Look, if random crits got removed today, tomorrow, whatever, I don't think anyone would be upset. And you've probably heard this a million times. So, I won't go down the same route, because as I said, you've all heard it. Hi Casper, I recently subbed. Thank you very much. David! David, a nice easy name for me to read there, David. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoy. Hopefully I'll be producing some more at some point. Have you ever had this glitch where your game freezes for a moment and then like 3 people turn invisible? No, I don't think I've had that, if I'm honest. Perhaps it's related to a specific graphics card or something like that. I don't know. It's not something I've ever experienced. My strange bone saw would be sad. Yeah, I suppose, yeah, it would be a nerf to melee, because melee is, melee has, it can go up to, I believe, a 50% crit chance, if you've done a certain amount of damage recently. Can you fire a rocket at me? Oh, it's a direct hit. Didn't have a chance. So yeah, melee actually would become a lot less viable. Oh, can't do much there. Oh, I got destroyed. Should we try and combat him? So yeah, if you haven't read the stream title, I have just changed my mouse sensitivity down from, I don't know. Oh, what is this loadout? I would never equip that. Let's put that on. I've just, yeah, reduced it down from 1.8 to 1.3. You know, those are meaningless numbers, but it's gone down like 50%, nearly. So, I can't do anything there, and I just got destroyed again. Something around 2/3, wow. Okay, so yeah, melee crits can go up to a pretty high percent, as everyone's just... Thank you, Eric, for hanging out. But yeah, so if random crits disappeared, then melee's... That would have absolutely destroyed me. Yeah, melee's viability, or usefulness, as a sort of get out of jail, not for free, but with reduced risk, it would certainly change. So it would be quite a significant change to the game in that regard. He's one-shotting me with every direct hit. I cannot do this. Gonna stick with a nice, easy, you don't have to aim thing with this new sensitivity. Sort of get used to it. Because I realised I've actually been playing Destiny 2, which was free. If you didn't know, it was free for like a couple of weeks, not so long ago. So I thought I shall play it. And I've realised that I was doing pretty decent in that. I was quite happy with how I'm playing. And I realised that my sensitivity is like so much higher in Team Fortress 2. But the problem is, because I play Team Fortress 2 so much, I'm used to it for the most part. But I was hoping, with a little bit of trial and error, I shall get better at Team Fortress 2. Now that I have implemented a new sensitivity. You can see I haven't hit a single flare yet. Oh dear. I thought it was a teammate and I was trying... He's going to kill me again, isn't he? Oh no, I dropped my DVD copy of Hoodwink 2 for my viewing pleasure. Haven't even heard of that film. Maybe I'm showing how uncultured I am, I'm sorry. Hoodwinked 2 is not in my personal DVD library. Who uses them for damage seriously? Yeah, they're not used seriously, but like, say I was in a... Say I was a scout and I'd fired all 6 of my scattergun shots and I'd fired off a clip of my... So what you're saying, just get rid of random crits, there's absolutely no reason to keep them? I think so. People only use melee for utility. Yeah, no, I think that's a fair fact. I think in a couple of my best loadout videos I say exactly the same thing. This is my best Pyro loadout, degreaser, flare gun, and the power jack. Don't use the power jack for fighting unless you absolutely have to. But it's mostly just for the utility of gotta go fast. I was really expecting the strafe. Oh, thank you. Might actually get this to the point. Just that lone heavy. Oh, right. It's more important for me to sort that out. Hope whoever following isn't following too fast. Risk my life for that. Was worth it. It was worth it. Jordan has been subbed for 3 to 4 years. Glad to see I'm still playing. Yeah, the game is amazingly still alive. I think... Can't remember the exact numbers, but when the Halloween update dropped, it was the highest player peak in 3 or 4 years, I think? Which is absolutely incredible. That there's still so much hype around this game that... Nothing special about the Halloween update, and I don't mean that in a negative way. Oh god, I didn't realise he was still there. But just like a sort of run-of-the-mill annual update can bring that many people back to the game. People are obviously thinking, hey, Team Fortress, I haven't played that in a while. I can't, I'm going to die here. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Lower sense is better for hit scan. Yes, that is definitely what they say. That's the idea. I've always been bad at aiming my my ambassador or my revolver. So I'd like to get better. So hopefully I can train myself to get better. Because I noticed when I was playing Destiny that I was swiping my arm like across my whole... Oh, you can't really see, but you know, I was doing like a full big 1.5 foot mouse mat arm swings. And I was thinking, well, if I'm doing it here, then I can do that in any other game. So need to retrain myself, basically. Not on 7,000 DPI. I think I'm on like 800 or even 400. I'm pro. I can easily get 360s. That is, of course, the objective of... Whoa, okay. I'm guessing that wasn't a degreaser jump. Ooh, you're pretty low. I shall protect you, my friend. Okay, he's fine. Oh, someone just message retracted. Didn't even know you could do that. Learn new things every day. Oh god, there's two. There's two. How much can they handle? Oh, okay. Right. We're going to need this medic. What's he got? 63% on his peel and heal. I don't actually know what medigun that is. There we go. Getting the aim back. Hopefully he just Ubers on me. Casper, what hat is that? Oh, what hat am I wearing? Excuse me, someone asked me in the game chat what hat I'm wearing. If he... These pyro fights are so derpy. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, right. What hat is that? I don't even know. I want to tell this person what hat I'm wearing. It's called the Hollow Head. Right, where was I? I like the scout, but I can't aim, so I play Henji with the fun slinger. That's a pretty good compromise. Heavy should get a jetpack like Pyro. Yeah, I think sort of like to balance Heavy, he is slow. That's the sort of the idea behind it. So if he had like a mobility option, that would sort of change his whole balance. I mean, I'm not ruling it out. Not necessarily a jetpack like Pyro, but some sort of mobility option is... You know, they've got to keep the game fresh. That's why they gave the jetpack to Pyro, you know, to... I'm going down. Yeah, that was stupid. Thank you, David. Have a good sleep. Say it again, Mecha Jeb. I didn't... If I misunderstood, say it again, and I shall try and understand better. Thank you, Communist. You respect me for going combo Pyro. Yeah, back in the day, for those of you who are... I can't even remember when they nerfed it now, probably years ago. But the Extinguisher used to do 100% crits, so you used to be able to puff, pow. And it was a quicker switch time as well. So you could light someone on fire, 100% guaranteed 195 damage. So you're basically one-shotting like more than half the classes, and you were leaving a soldier with 5 HP. So it was like, it was really powerful. Then the flare gun got a nerf to its switch speed. Oh, those are fast. Yes, they're too fast. I cannot react that speed. Bugger! Oh dear, maybe I needed some coffee or something. I changed my sense, Mr. Plath. Monsieur, Monsieur, to lower sense is meant to be better. Better for at least being accurate once you're used to it. So I got some getting used to do. I realize as more and more people, you know, join the stream watching for the evening, everyone's going to ask the same question. So maybe I should have put it in the description. Maybe I will put it in the description. Is that a sentry gun, or is it going to be a sentry gun? Oh, there's lots of snipers. Maybe I should go like soldier and try and bomb them or something. I have 1,000 DPI. I use 7,000 DPI with a 0.18. Oh my god. That's the thing, because every game's got its own sort of sensitivity meter. So it's sort of, you have to combine that with the DPI, because my DPI, I swear it's either 400 or 800 on my mouse. So saying that I've got a 1.3 cents or whatever, you have to know what my mouse DPI is for that to actually mean something. Fire rocket again, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. Okay, never mind. Maybe I will go... Okay, we got 4 soldiers. I'm not going to go soldier. Sasuri, I really don't care for the... what even would you call those binds? Furry binds, is it? I don't know. Whatever. If it brings you joy, by all means, do that sort of stuff. 12,000 DPI and a 0.1 cents with the Logitech G502. I've actually heard good things about those mice. They're sort of... isn't that the one that's like often rated like the best mouse to use these days? Or is that the 402 or something? They're all pretty similar. I did have a Logitech mouse for years, and then actually I replaced it with the next model. But I fancied a change and ended up getting a BenQ Zowie EC2B, maybe? And I used that for a little while. When there's 3 snipers looking at you, you're going to get hit by one of them. And then I switched to a final mouse. And now I've currently got a CSGO. Let me show you on the webcam. I'm assuming you can see that. Actually, let me switch to my OBS so I can see what you can see. There we go. That's a CSGO limited edition Howl mouse. What one is it? Rival 301, maybe? But I saw it in the shop, and I was looking at it. I kept going back to the shop that's like just down the road from me. And it was like £70, so it was a bit expensive for a mouse, especially when I already had like 2 good mice. Oh, I hit someone. And I kept going back, because no one was buying it, because it was more expensive than the default model. And then, eventually I went back, and it was on sale for cheaper than the default model, and I thought, you know what? I've come back so many times to look at this mouse, I have to buy it. Now it's finally on sale. So that's exactly what I did. I use a 1991 natural Microsoft keyboard. I don't know if that is... Oh my god, we actually captured it. That's amazing. I don't know if that's an actual thing. If it is, then that must be stinking. Like, I've got a 2-year-old keyboard, and it's disgusting, and I clean it. So unless you take, like, super duper good care, that keyboard, and a white one as well, or natural. I'm guessing natural means it's a white colour. That must be disgusting. This isn't actually that heavy a mouse, this 301, at least compared to the Logitech one. The final mouse is lighter. I think that's the whole appeal of the final mouse, the ultra light Phantom, I think it's called. The whole idea of it is that it's super light, and it is. But switching from that to this, I didn't notice any sort of, oh my god, it's so much heavier sort of feeling. At least I don't think I've ever seen that reflect kill icon before. Oh, someone's talking to me in the in-game chat. Casper, follow me and I'll Uber you. Okay. Sounds... Oh, God. I can't actually see my keyboard because of my microphone boom arm and I'm missing. Sounds good. That'll do. Where is Bran the medic? The keyboard is older than me. Actually, that's a good point. I was born in 1991. So... could be older than me as well if it's from the first half of the year. Let's go, let's go. This was a mistake. Okay, we dropped the wrong way. We should have gone straight down the ramp. We might still get this though. Oh, fuck. Sorry, we will go down the ramp next time. 800 DPI 2.6 with a CM Storm. Okay, look. I don't... It's hard to put these numbers into perspective, but as long as you guys... if it helps you guys, then please keep sharing. But yeah. That's way too high. Yeah, it's also... It is down to personal preference. Like, if you're not interested in, like... playing shootery games and being, like, twitchy active, as in Twitch as in flicking back and forth, not the streaming service. Oh, I made the wrong choice in every respect there. But hey, we helped carry the team to victory. It's easily stained white too, like the old tube monitor's white. Surprisingly, it doesn't stain except on the left button. I clean it regularly. Fair enough. Fair enough. If you can maintain a white keyboard for nearly 30 years... then, you know, power to you, my friend. Yeah, essentially what you're saying there, Monsieur. It is down to whatever works for you, really. I feel like I'm getting used to it relatively quickly. I don't feel like sluggish at the moment. I think when it comes to stuff like going for trick stabs, knowing this sort of... That's a bit more of a what's the word? Muscle memory, the amount that I need to turn. So that might be a bit harder to sort of unlearn, because it's not reacting to something on the screen and trying to follow it. It's something that you've remembered. Your wrist has remembered how much it takes to do a 180, for example. Try rocket jumping. That's a very good point as well. Yeah, rocket jumping is very much muscle memory, the sort of amount of flick you need to do. So yeah, I might actually quite hinder my rocket jumping. I'll have to give that a play sometime. Yeah, I cannot take on two heavies. Is Bran, the guy who offered me an Uber, is he still here? He is. Is that him? I think he lost faith in me after that failed window jump. Oh, no, here he goes, Ubering me in the middle of nowhere. I would quite like to get revenge. I shall kill these two chaps. Go away, please. Go away, please. Go away, please. No way! Oh, how had I lost that much health? Okay, at least he died. My sensitivity is a 3.1. Well, that's high compared to mine. Looks like you're still doing your GCSEs. Not sure what gave you that impression. Or is that not... Is that message directed at me? I mean, there's a couple of guys in my school who sort of had early facial hair, but... I mean, I know I'm not exactly, you know, looking like a lumberjack or anything, but... I wouldn't describe me as looking GCSE age. For those of you who are outside of the UK, GCSEs are the exams you do when you're 16. So basically someone's saying I look like I'm 16 or 15. Yeah, I have a pretty nice large mouse mat, actually. A Razer Galatheus A. At one point, I had a Razer mouse, and I sent it back straight away. I just didn't like it. But there was like settings in the... Come closer, you fool! There was settings in the Razer mouse software to tune the mouse's sensor to the specific Razer mouse mat that you had. I was just thought, how much bollocks is that? Like, that must be at least 3 bollocks. And, you know, that's an abnormal number of bollocks. No offense to any 3 bollock friends out there. But I was just thinking, this is such rubbish. You are talking such rubbish, Razer. Oh, it's revenge time. I did not deserve that revenge. It's a grip that makes it good. The mouse mat, you mean? I don't know. Is calibrating, though? Does calibrating the mouse to the mouse mat, how much can that honestly change? Is that an enemy? I couldn't actually tell, because he was so yellow. I couldn't tell that if he was an enemy spy or not. If this is the guy that was dominating me, this is a... I was going to be like, this would be the real revenge, but didn't get it. I need to get those flicks better. I need to get the flicks. The 1991 keyboard is dying. Oh, RIP in peace. I'm guessing back in those days, they were all mechanical, weren't they? I do have a mechanical one right now, Corsair Strafe. Pretty good. I'm happy with it. I got the normal one, and then I went to that same store I mentioned earlier, and I saw that they had a Silent Keys one for like on sale. And I was like, I literally bought the normal one like a month previously, but I thought, as we are, you know, as I make YouTube videos, and if I can keep the keyboard sounds as quiet as possible, then that's the dream. So I ended up buying the silent one as when I already had... How am I always dying? There's like so many teammates around me and I'm always the one who goes down. Oh, I think he's referencing your baby hands, Mech Jeb. Trump, one of the early Trump memes was about the size of his hands. And then the presidential candidate at the time actually came out and said, Oh, don't worry, guys. There's nothing to worry about in that department. Basically, President saying, I have a big penis. Which, you know, whether you like Trump or not, you have to agree that's not a wholly presidential thing to brag about in your campaign, is it? Should that be relevant? I mean, I'm not voting on that basis. It was a strange time, and it still is, but we're not going to go into American politics, because politics are divisive. So, there's no point. Ultimately, you're going to upset someone, and I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. I have the Razer Sinosa Chroma. Oh, is that a mouse? There's so many different Razer mice these days. I know Chroma is a big Razer thing. They love their multicolours. Is he going to come back up? Is he going to come back up? Okay, I'm not winning a fight against 3 there. With my soldier teammate, I stand a chance. Oh no, I'm getting dominated again. If I'd hit that, he would have been dead. Where did he go? It's not him. I'm assuming he went for that health kit back there. Oh, hello. Where did he go? I didn't even see you. Oh, every time this scout shoots me, I'm killed by a grenade. Hi there, Wolf Gaming. Thanks for hanging out. Oh, it's a keyboard. Oh, okay. Is it a mechanical one? I know they do the Black Widow. That's a keyboard. Again, I had that for a while. That was my first mechanical keyboard, actually. The Black Widow Tournament Edition. Because it was the cheapest one I could find at the time. And I didn't know if I would like mechanical. So I didn't want to spend like a super duper premium one. So I got that one. And it was good. It doesn't have cherry switches though, which was the only thing sort of a negative mark against it. Because cherry are considered obviously the champion of mechanical switches. I really want this scout dead, so I'm going to risk going up here to get him. And someone knows I'm here. Did he flank? No, he got out. I will get that revenge. Thank you, medic. Oh, that guy's fire just went out as I landed a second shot on him. Oh! Didn't even see him. Total blind shot. Oh my god. Kind of wish I was low health, so just to see how... As a spy killing my teammate. Okay. Looks like he died. Okay. Time to go in for this revenge. Come on, I reflected a grenade into like 3 people. No kills out of it. Can I bound mouse button 4 and 5 to weapon switch? Yes, you can do that. I could probably tell you how to do that, but I would have to sit down and think about it for a little while. Oh, there you go. Willen Sleevet's done it himself, Sleevelet. Can I do it for the other binds of the Lenny kind? Yes, you can give Willen a shout out. He's a good guy. I'm pretty sure... Did we play in a tournament on the same team once? I've definitely spoken to him once or twice. Right. Oh dear. How did he not get on fire? How can he be in air blast range but not flame range? I need this. Thank you very much. And yes, you can bind Lenny binds to your mouse buttons. You can bind any command or set of commands to any button, basically. Mouse or keyboard. That is the spies consistently getting picks on my team. It's kind of my job to sort of make that not happen, to be fair, so I need to be a bit more spy conscious. Just saved myself from that random crit, but fortunately didn't get anything with it. I should have just walked around that corner reflecting, knowing how many rockets were coming. Air blast is hit scan, but flames a projectile. That's a very true point. Thank you, Monsieur Plath, for hanging out. Have a good night, you too. Yeah, so when you fire your particles, they sort of go blah, 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 blah through the air before they actually reach. I mean, I knew that when I asked the question. And especially since they were changed in the most recent Pyro update. They're just a bit different, aren't they? You two Pyros can kill each other now. Which, oh, that was awful. Which never used to be possible. Oh dear. Two Pyros never used to be able to kill one another. One of them would essentially win the duel, whilst the other one survived. But now, because it is much more projectile, that they sort of hang around in the air. Did you bind that yourself, David, and just forgot that he'd bound it? And then you suddenly press I and he exploded in the middle of a comp match. Well, after you did it the first time, why didn't you just unbind it? You silly boy. He's got a... I'm just achieving nothing as Pyro. I think I'm going to switch to Soldier in the next life. Is this medic going to heal? No, I'll go for the big health kit. Hello. He died pretty quick, but his cloak had just run off, so it can't have been a dead ringer. How is he in that position? And, like, I bumped a spy then. Or just an enemy who was right behind me. I need to get the ammo. Do we have... Oh, there it is. Oh, I'm sorry. If I'd known. Okay, that was a well-earned revenge again. Can someone just, like, fire a rocket here and let me reflect it? On the bright side, you claim close to your revenge. I've just turned these back on. I've actually had these off for God knows how many years. So it's kind of funny to see that I have a record of revenges as Pyro, and it's 2. And I came close to it with 1. Yeah, Valve comp is disappointing, really. There's a lot of hope held out for that as well. Like, a lot riding on it, and they didn't really take it seriously. Or they took it what they considered seriously, and that wasn't the right thing to do. It was there for the competitive community, and they made it their own way. It didn't really... How did, like, none of those rockets do even any splash damage? Oh dear. I killed myself on blowing up a rocket on him. I want to see an expert multi-jump rollout. Okay. Are you ready? I'm going to jump from spawn, and I'm going to go on that little roof, and then I'm going to get a kill. Okay? You can quote me on that. Because that's what's going to happen. Ooh, nice shot. Okay. Okay. So we're going from here, over there, then we're going to jump onto the little roof. 1, 2, 3. That was the test run. Oh no, there's the kill. There you go. I mean, oh hello. Could have been worse. You were smashing your keyboard in rage, and then you were blowing up, and it didn't occur to you that maybe you'd bound a key to explode when you were randomly getting blown up when you were smashing your keyboard. I think you're pulling our legs a bit here. Oh, that was better. Up on the roof. There we go. I've got a buff. Doing mini crits. Doing more mini crits. Right, if I get a buff from a medic, I will jump in. Oh, didn't mean to fall down. If I get back to 100 HP, I'm going to try and jump in that window. How did he kill me so quick? Oh. I need to get another... Oh no, that was someone revenging me. I thought I had to get another revenge. I should not be getting dominated like I am. I might actually switch up to a completely different class. Let's go Dead Ringer Spy. I haven't actually played Dead Ringer Spy very much at all since Oh dear. Well, this is my dead ringer getting set off. Since the most recent nerf, which was not that recent anymore. That sniper very likely here. Okay, I'm going to ignore that demo man. Because I would just raise suspicions to myself and hope that the soldier came back this way, which he didn't. Oh, why? See, this is why Spy is such frustrating. Like, why would he, with 3 HP, walk perfectly into enemy lines? Like, there was nothing he was ever going to achieve there, apart from killing the random Spy who was thinking about going back to spawn for HP. And just happened to work out perfectly for him. Just a question, why don't you use view models on min mode? Well, the answer to that question is because I tried when they first came out, because, you know, everyone agrees the view models are a bit too big and ugly. Not ugly, but, you know, they're a bit big, they take up a lot of the screen. And I realized it affected my aim. I keep pressing the side button on my mouse. I don't mean to do that. I've got that bound to gun. That's why I keep switching to the gun after. Complete accident. But yeah, I realized that I must be using the models to help me aim. Because my aim was just so off. Like, worse than it is normally, which isn't that good at all. So I put them back as they were, and things were better then. Okay. At least he died. I opened TF2 and realised that now I have no items because I gave them to a friend who got scammed. Oh, well, that's still a good thing for you to do, David. Don't be upset about that. I might actually unbind the gun on the mouse button, because I seem to do it every time I sort of click. I press the side mouse button, like, you know, as I grab my mouse. Does that make sense? Maybe I just need to sort of not do that. It's a day of learning today. Learning how to use my mouse again. Oh, there's a lot going on in there. Hello. I'll just rack up my strange sapper kills. Okay, let's try and do a bit better this next round. I think it's going to be a map change. The objective now is to top score. Okay? That is our objective. Where are we going? Upward. Good. My favourite map. Actually, these are my 3 favourite... Well, my 3 favourite maps to play would probably be these 3 maps. So I'm happy wherever we go. I don't know why that's there. Let's go here, shall we? Little waiting screen. Shall I show you the mouse again in a bit more detail? Let's have a look. Here we go. I'll hold it up. The lights constantly change colour. There are like a bunch of little apps you can get that you can like get them to be certain colours in certain games, or I think there's like even plugins where in like CSGO, for example, you could get it to go red when the bomb's been planted or something like that. I really don't care because I never look at my mouse while I'm actually playing on the computer. So it seems a bit pointless feature, to be perfectly blunt. But it is a feature nonetheless. Why do I have to reload my HUD? The default HUD every time I change map. Do you only play payload? To be honest, pretty much yes. I pretty much only play payload. I just enjoy it the most. I don't hate the other game modes, but when I'm actually like trying to play and achieve something, like feel like I've achieved something rather than just messing around, then yeah, I'll always go payload. I feel like it's the best game mode. He got scammed by a fake scrap TF bot. Oh man. No, your English is perfect, David. And that's really sucks. There's a lot of scams out there. You know, some of them are super difficult to avoid. There's not much you can say, really. Just you get unlucky sometimes. Jinma, my sense is 800 DPI mouse and 1.3 in game. Moved. Oh dear. Moved it down from 1.8. So let's go back to game. Ooh, little transition. I'm going to voice enable 0 because we got a bit of noisy boys there. What shall I go? I'm going to try sniper, and actually no, I am the only spy. And I'm going to switch it up to... No, I just switched my loadout. There we go, that's better. This is a knife I unboxed. Only 155 kills. I need to use this one a bit more, obviously. Nice effect, thank you very much. Can't actually see. Oh yeah, there's a couple of effects on my other look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. We've got the Orbiting Flames Party Phantom. The cool thing about that is that it's a face misc, so you can sort of have that effect with pretty much any hat. So it almost looks like my lo-fi long wave is unusual, which obviously it is not. I'm the same way, but with Koth. Yeah, I think Koth is probably my second favourite game mode. I like game modes where there's only ever one thing, where there's an attacking and a defending team. I really don't like capture points, where there's the 5 capture point mode, 5 CP, because at any point in time, there's a point you have to capture and there's a point you have to defend. And, you know, there's merits to that, there's interest in that. But I personally prefer when the whole team is focusing on a single objective. I think that's better. So I'm going to hang out here. And I don't know if anyone's here for my spy tips. It's been a long time since I've done spy tips. But I'm purposely not disguised at the moment, because anyone who spawns, even though I'm invisible and I'm on the red team, if I'm disguised as a blue player, it will show up when they spawn. They will see the outline. What? Why did he just suddenly do that? Why did he just suddenly walk towards me? Either that was like super unlucky timing, or... Well, I can only imagine that's what it was. What do you think is the worst TF2 update? For me, it was Meet Your Match. I mean, yeah. That update... Oh, it switched my loadout. Oh, it's because I showed you the unusual. And I forgot to click back on B. Okay, that's okay though. We can try and do something with this. The car is sort of round here, so actually this could work out for us. I really don't care if this medic hits me, because I wanted to get that heavy. I felt like he was the biggest threat at the time. Actually, I'm going to stick it on the Dead Ringer for now. Let's just see how it goes. I've got the L'Étranger, which can get me a bit of cloak back, because you can't refill your Dead Ringer anymore. So the idea is we use the L'Étranger to fill up the Dead Ringer from a distance. End of the Line. I don't think End of the Line was a bad update. It didn't have a lot of content, maybe, and it was certainly hyped up massively by the community. So therefore it was disappointing, because we were expecting so much more. But I don't think it was like badly done. I don't think there was anything wrong with End of the Line, as where Meet the Match actually made the game notably worse in many aspects. Like, namely, I cannot find matches, you know, that sort of bad. Okay, he's pretty low. He's probably gonna come out. Oh no. I needed that cabinet really bad. And our medic was AFK. This top scoring objective is not going well. TF2 hasn't had an update in 3 to 4 years. Yeah, that is subjective. I think it's fair to say, though, that the scale of the updates is certainly... Pyro is a rubbish disguise right now. Why would a Pyro be here? He wouldn't. It's completely unbelievable. Question is, how believable is it if I do this? And pull out my gun again without meaning to, and miss every shot. I'm going to unbind... don't even know which mouse button it is. We'll find out now when I respawn. MVM was the same way, but it had the biggest player base when it released. What do you mean it was the same way? It was... overhyped or it broke the game. That's right. Nope, still bound. Unbound mouse 5, it must be. And it's still bound. Oh well, I'll have to live with it. And I'm going to switch it. I am the only spy, though. I will stay the only spy. To be honest, no one is doing exceptional right now, so I don't feel too bad, but I know I could be doing a lot better. Of course. And now there's literally nothing I can do apart from go back to spawn. Casper, was Jungle Inferno a very good, decent, or bad update? Well, actually, oh sorry, I missed one. It blows my mind that they took out the ping limiter in Meet Your Match, and then it took them 6 months to add it back. There's a lot of things I don't understand about Meet Your Match. And in fact, there's a lot of stuff I don't understand about the TF2 team in general, because they just don't... I mean... I don't know how the trick stab failed, but I also don't know how the hell he didn't see it coming. I was half expecting him to go for a blind stab. Okay, I want to get this medic. Oh, okay. Oh, I love this game. Was Jungle... Yeah, so Jungle Inferno, I thought it was fine. It wasn't really any different to another gun metal. It didn't do anything new. It added the banana, which was basically just a sandwich. It did change what Pyro had, but how often... Okay, you occasionally see someone with the jetpack. How often do you see any of the other items? Pretty much never. And are the maps even in the rotation? What was it? It was King of the Hill. I remember. Okay, they are. The new maps are in the rotation at least. But yeah, it's kind of just a non-update. I'd imagine streaming affects your ability since you have to pay attention to us. Yes, that is true. I will greatly accept that excuse for my poor performance. I've got my binds open actually. I was looking at them earlier. What is that bind for the switch to the gun? Because apparently it is not mouse 4 or 5. I don't think you can see this, but just know that I'm looking through a notepad document right now on my other monitor. And I can't even see... Well. There we are then. I have no idea. Control and F. Mouse 5. Oh, I know why. I know why it's not working, because I have a big block script that rebinds it every time I switch weapon. Because I got a custom weapon switching script for Spy. So even though my unbind mouse 5 was working, it was still getting rebound then every time I like touched the scroll wheel or or pressed 1, 2, 3 on the keyboard. So there we go. That's the story there. I'll have to edit that script. Oh, poo. Oh, that heavy hadn't shot me, I would have won that sniper duel for sure. I saw a tracer coming from over here, and I was body shot by that guy. I started playing Team Fortress 2 in 2009. Lazarus is a complete garbage. I hope they remove that. I don't think they'll remove any maps, to be honest. Ever. I can't see why they would, unless it was like themed, like Christmas or something, but obviously that's not a Christmas map, so I can't see them removing it. Oh, we're over there now. Why aren't we pushing then? I was just waiting to get telefragged, despite not standing on it. Okay, let's try and... oh, someone's got community sparkle effect then. Someone stood next to me. Was it this guy? No, I don't think it was the guy with the gibbous and the full head of steam. Good job, medic. We need to keep an eye out for someone with a community sparkle effect. Is it you? Is it you? There is someone somewhere with a community sparkle. How am I missing? I suck. At least we got assist credit. How many kills have you got your strangers? And do I have Hail Zone weapons? Yes, I have everything Hail Zone for Spy, or at least... Let's have a look at my main knife on Spy, just to inflate my ego a bit after doing so poorly today. My generic knife has 35,000 kills. I think that's my normal one. I did have this one, which I got to 8,500. That was Hail Zone. Haven't used any of the others as much. The idea behind this one was that I only use it in competitive mode. So that's why it's got those particular strange parts on it. I haven't actually used the kunai that much, so I'm amazed I've got that many kills on it. So yeah, as you can see, I got a lot spread out, and obviously my dead ringer is maxed out as well. I'm not sure if I even have a strange cloak and dagger, because that was one of the later strangers. So let's try and do something a bit easier. Last year I went to England for my dad's family. I went to go near Hereford. Well, I don't live in England, so incidentally, I do think Hereford is fairly close to the border. But the UK is pretty small, so everything is kind of close. It's like, say you lived in the US, then, you know, from north to south of the UK is like 8 or 9 hours, or probably a little bit more than that maybe, to drive it. But yeah, you can drive across the entire country in like half a day if you go non-stop, which is quite a stark contrast to, I think, probably even some states in America. So yeah, the UK is kind of small in that respect. But I live in Wales specifically, which is not England. I would completely forgive anyone from outside the UK, though, for not knowing that. It is a kind of strange setup. Can I have some healing, please? And again, thank you. Right, is that sentry gun still there? What are you doing? He's winning. He's winning this fight. He should not have been able to get a kill there. That was embarrassing. Okay, what do we need to do to get this sentry gun? Just walk up to it, apparently. Oh, if there hadn't been another sentry gun, I'm pretty sure I would have got that then. How do you find your optimal sense? That's an interesting question, Jinma. Yeah, I guess what you suggested there is it. It is just down to what's good for you. The general sort of... What a lot of people say is the lower the sort of better in the long run. Oh, thank you. That felt good. Finally. That felt good. Okay. Use it on me, please. Oh, no, I turned voice off. Oh, he was... Oh, feels bad, man. Yeah. I forgot what I was saying now. Yeah, they generally say the rule is the lower it is, it allows you to be more precise as long as you have the room to move from your elbow. So when I'm holding the mouse, my elbow is sort of still and I'm sort of moving my arm like this. That's the idea. Maybe I'll angle the webcam down at some point so you can see what I mean. But at the end of the day, it's about what's comfortable for you. If you try that for a while and you're like, yeah, this really doesn't work for me, then don't do it, you know? Unless you're playing at a competitive level as well, it's just find, you know, whatever's most comfortable and fun for you. You know, if you're not trying to like absolutely maximize your potential as a competitive gamer, then, you know, it doesn't really matter, does it? Has one of these guys got full Uber? I can hear his full Uber. Is he going to go with me? He's not. He's fucking... Oh my god, he's ghosted me twice now! I cannot deal. What's the time in Wales right now? It's 10:30, my friend. 10:30 at night. 1 hour behind you guys in Slovenia. Here in Chile, it's 7 in the night. So what's that? 3 or 4 hours behind. That's the same as sort of New York time, I think. Or it might even be a bit ahead of New York time. Okay. We've made a bit of progress. Do I ever play with subscribers? Asked David. I do not at the moment. I'm struggling to sort of get into a schedule for streaming. So at the moment, when I stream, I just sort of impromptu. I decide, oh, you know what? Actually, I'll do a stream now. If I do, what I do hope to do is get into some sort of routine, and there'll be like a regular time where I play with, like a regular day or whatever it is. So everyone who does want to play knows when that event's going to be. Then it's like a regular thing. That's the ultimate dream. That is the ultimate dream. It's 3:21 a.m. in here we go. Ekaterinburg? Is that Slovenia, is it? No, someone else was in Slovenia. Where are you, Holy Diver Nick? Holy Diver! Haven't heard that song in a while. In fact, one of my colleagues is going to see them soon. They're touring the UK. No, he's going to kill me again, I know it. Oh, there we are. Oh my god, look at all the people! If this medic comes down there with me, I will destroy... that heavy. Oh, was that really not a hit? He's separated. Stay with me, medic, stay with me. Thank you so much. You gonna pop that Uber? Yes, I thought you would. Did he run away? He did run away. Okay. Performance is improving. But I keep getting ghosted by this medic. He keeps teasing me. Such a tease. I was looking at the chat, and he just blew himself up. Oh my god. I need to save the replay of that. Remind me, guys. Actually, I'm going to go look at it now. Okay, guys. Let's see if my instant replay feature is working. Okay, watch him now, okay? So he tries to sticky me. I reflect one of his stickies and it goes on the wall behind him, okay? He doesn't know that sticky is there, and he pops it. Ah, absolutely love it. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. That is a sweet revenge. Hello. And goodbye. Did someone just pick this up? Yes, they did. Oh. Wow, look at all those... Every time I stream, I talk about this sort of stuff. It just amazes me. All of you guys are here at the same time. And all of your countries, your cultures, the time of day, like where you are, it's just so different to each other. And... well, like, we're all here at the same time. Like, without the internet, without gaming, like, you know, that sort of stuff would just be unimaginable. I don't mean to get all deep and soppy. It just blows my mind. Like, as each of you talk to me, I'm picturing where you are, and like I've had my entire day. I woke up 15 or so hours ago. I've had an entire day. But then there's some of you guys who maybe have like just got home from school or whatever. Like a completely different time of, I don't know. I'm losing my train of thought. It's just blowing my mind so much. It's Russia. Ah. Hello from hello to you in Russia. I thought Casper was streaming because it's Thanksgiving. Yeah, that is a US thing. The reason I'm streaming is that my girlfriend's out tonight, so I'm home alone, so might as well do something, because normally I would spend some time with her. Basically, that's the idea there. You should collab with Fuzzy Logic. I don't actually know Fuzzy Logic, Christian. I'm sure it's a... he or she is a cool YouTuber. Let's go back to that replay again whilst we're waiting. Okay. I need to find a way to maybe like put slow-mo in these replays. So you'll see when he comes back, he fires a bunch of stickies at me. I fire one, reflect it, and it's on the wall behind him. He tries to kill me with a sticky and kills himself. Absolutely nuts. I'm not actually that familiar with this map. We were talking about Jungle Inferno earlier. We all remember Enclosure, I assume. This is one of my least played maps for Jungle Inferno. If we just bring up the con tracker. I did do... Oh. Is it even in here? Oh, excuse me. It's not in the maps folder. It's not in the defense folder. It's not in the support folder. Okay, no wonder I didn't play this map that much. It didn't have any objectives. It's a bit odd. Have I missed it? Or did it just not have... It didn't have any objectives during the campaign. That's probably why it's one of my least played Jungle Inferno maps. It does have a couple of stages though, doesn't it? I think it's got 2 or 3 stages. So I don't mind the stages being short when there's sort of 3 of them. Oh no, I cannot. There we go. When I'm searching for a game, I just disable all the Jungle Inferno maps. I don't like them. They're all trash. Fair enough. You know, I can't even remember what they all were. Yeah, I don't think I enjoyed many of them, if I'm perfectly honest with you. You know, no offense there to the map creators, because of course most of them were community maps, so I do applaud their talent to create the maps in the first place, but I wasn't a big fan either. Banana Bay was fun because it was basically like another high tower. So I would still play Banana Bay, but that would certainly not be for serious gaming. How are you only now putting your sentry up? And what else? Yeah, we didn't like Lazarus. I didn't mind Moss. How did you die? You're in spawn. There was one I remember absolutely hating, and I cannot remember the name of it. But it was like where the capture point is a Koth map, and the capture point is on a helipad. Yeah, hated that one so bad. Can't even remember what it was called. Where will he have to run to? Down here? Oh no, he'll just stand still and wait to die. Hello. Oh wow, there's a corridor there. Didn't even know. I'm assuming he'll have to come out down here. Okay, he's totally juked me now. Oh, there he is. Is that... That's not him, is it? I'm gonna assume that was a teammate. Do you exclusively play a TF2 or the other games that you're into? I hardly even play TF2 when I'm not making a video or streaming. It's sort of difficult. I'm in a position in terms of my YouTube channel where just so much of my audience is here for Team Fortress 2. So I can't just like switch games or overnight become a variety channel. I'd like to, but it's not always that easy. There's some people who've managed it, and you know, credit to them. But I don't think... If I just like decided now I wanted to stream Destiny, I wouldn't even have 19 viewers. I would have to establish myself as a guy who is entertaining on multiple games. So, the simple answer to your question, I guess, would be... yes, I do exclusively play TF2 on content-wise. Hopefully, that's something I can sort of work on. You are free to choose map. Okay. Yeah, I do have a couple of videos I'm working on as well. I do have a Destiny 2 video, funnily enough. It's not like a gameplay or a tips video. It's meant to be sort of like a bit funny, a bit of a review. I don't know. I'm thinking about scrapping the script that I have, if I'm perfectly honest. Did you need that? Okay, thank you. And starting again. I know I can... yeah, it's just too boring, I think, actually. I made a sort of review. I don't want it to be just a straight-up review. So, yeah. I've also got a Super Mario Odyssey review that I wrote, and I've been meaning to actually sit down and record. I've never done it. I've got an idea... Oh, hello. An idea for a trivia video, TF2 trivia video, that I'm quite excited to work on. I'm happy with that one. Just need to sit down and get the facts together before I actually make it. I don't want to spread incorrect facts. That kind of goes against the point of the trivia video. And I have a sort of gaming meta culture, I thought I had teammates, video, which I shall not reveal the topic right now, for fear of spoiling it. Lawrence Biddle says here quite plainly, I am here for TF2 only. That is fair enough, Lawrence. I would never try and make a subscriber feel like they're here for the wrong reasons. It's my own doing to have, you know, been a focused channel for so long that people don't expect anything else, or they don't... I haven't given people, or necessarily, I haven't given everyone a reason to like my channel for me, if that makes sense. We're getting a bit deep into the meta now, so I shall move on. I did get Destiny 2 for free. It was free on Battle.net as a sort of promotion. Basically, they want you to get the game for free in the hope that you'll spend some money on microtransactions or one of the DLCs. But yeah, I have not done that. I don't plan on doing that. I feel like I think I got about 20 or 30 hours in it, and I think I've had enough. I enjoyed my 20 or 30 hours, and I feel like now I'm at a point that if I do want to go further, I'm going to stop enjoying it, if that makes sense. It's a bit of a weird game, so maybe when I do sit down and make a video on it, I'll try and convey that feeling. I'd say it's definitely fun. Sir Cacao. It is a very good shooter. At least the PvP is good. It feels nice to play, if that makes sense. Like, the guns feel good, the movement feels pretty good. It's optimized really well on my computer, at least. It runs well. I got no complaints in that department. Most of my complaints would come from the fact that it's sort of like a MMO hybrid game, so it's got a lot of grinding. And it is possible for people in PvP to have guns which have better stats than your guns. So it's not pay to win. Oh, I destroyed a sentry gun. But it is grind out the story mode, and you will get better guns than the people who haven't grinded out the story or single player or the raids, whatever. And like, I think that's the point. You know, I don't think Destiny would be ashamed by that fact. It's trying to do that. And so there's people out there, like MMO people maybe, or whatever, who think that that's fine. They like that. They want to have that advantage by having spent more time grinding. But personally... Oh, where did that heavy go? Personally, as someone who comes from games like Team Fortress 2... Goodbye, medic. Oh, he popped a quick fix. So yeah. I dribbled a bit then, but that's the idea. I want to put that in a video, but not make it just a boring review. I want to make lots of jokes in there, so you've got a reason to enjoy that video, even if you don't care about Destiny. That's the ultimate goal. You don't feel like playing it. Oh, that's fair enough. You got a free game. It's sitting there ready to play if you ever do change your mind. What editing software and other software do you use? I mostly just use, I don't think it's called Sony Vegas anymore. I think it's called like Magix Vegas. Vegas Pro, anyway. It was in a humble bundle for like super cheap. Normally it's literally hundreds of dollars or hundreds of pounds. And it was in a humble bundle for like one-off payment of like £30. So that's what I use. Before that I used the... Oh. Why would you do that? Before that I used a similar software. Did someone else just do it as well? What is so tantalizing about this? Oh, nice shot, Jerry. We saw two people then walk into the waterfall. Hi there, Rahimi? Thanks for hanging out. I bought the Grandmaster cosmetic for $28. Oh, that's pretty cool. Some random boy. Are you any relation to just a random dude? Some random boy? Yeah, I love the Grandmaster. I would actually potentially pay real money for it myself. I think it looks cool. It's like, it's a hat with like a built... It's like a... It's not unusual, but it's got a unique effect. If you don't know the Grandmaster, it's a hat with a chess piece on top. A sort of a hologram of a chess piece. And that chess piece actually changes to a different, higher sort of... I don't know the correct term, but a higher level chess piece, depending on what kill streak you're on. So it's a really unique hat in Team Fortress 2. I'll buy these random goods in the game. Sir Cacao is asking if things rely on random drops in Destiny, and the answer is it's a bit of both. Certain quests will guarantee you a drop of a certain level. Certain quests will give you a specific special item drop. Certain specific items can only be got from a certain quest, but you're not guaranteed it when you do that quest. So you might have to play the same quest, like, 10, 20, however many more times to get this particular item. And it's not unique to Destiny. That's something that happens in MMOs. But I think the thing that sort of has turned me off is I want a generic shooter experience. I fucked this up. You go down there, you die. And Destiny is not a generic shooter. I think that's a mistake. It is... Oh. He just sort of looked at me and then decided to blow up. Destiny is an MMO. It's not an MMO, but think of it as an MMO with shooter game modes in it. I think that's probably a more accurate description. There's a soldier coming. Oh, I got destroyed. I didn't even realise I was that low health. 48,000 subscribers from where? I remember when you had around 24k. It just sort of builds up slowly, to be honest. The only thing that's sort of been a big boom recently was when I did the Where Are They Now video. For some reason, it just blew up. I couldn't tell you why. I don't think there's anything... Oh, okay, well, that's what it's there for. Yeah, there's nothing particularly abnormal about that video, but for whatever reason, YouTube decided it really wanted to promote that video heavily, so loads of people got to see that video, and I gained about 3,000 subscribers in a month, when I normally wouldn't even get 1,000 in a month. So that was pretty cool. Pretty sure we're going to walk it in from here. Oh, actually, no, I tell a fib. One of my boys just died. Really? There was a sneaky spy around here somewhere. He might come from up here. I'm going to hang back and wait for him. Oh. Okay, we'll play the last stage of this map, and then I think we better call it bedtime. But we should still have a good 10-15 minutes left in us. Let's have a look. I fell in the water and died. Yeah, some TF2 water you can swim in, some you can't. Lawrence asked if I ever played competitive TF2. Yeah, I have actually. Got a quite big TF2 competitive history. Where do my medals live? I always forget the order in here. Ah, here we go. Are they all on this one page? So, here's one participant medal, I think. Participant. Group winner. Participant. There you go. Those are all the seasons I competed in. Mostly I played Highlander. I was on a couple of Sixes rosters, but I'd never actually played in any of those matches. I was a backup for the Sixes. Highlander was almost my thing. I was a spy. It could be something behind the waterfall, like an N64 game. That's very true, actually. I guess those people might be new to Team Fortress, and I guess a Team Fortress fan would look at that and go, yeah, I can't go in there. But maybe if you're coming into Team Fortress 2, it would make a lot of sense for there to be something behind. Well, you're obviously a spy. You're already disguised. Wait, Destiny is multiplayer only. So you can play the story modes completely solo. The game is... it's hard to describe because it doesn't... it is unique in this respect. That you're in a shared world at most of the time. But there seems to be like... the game sort of changes the server you're in all the time, depending on what task you're doing, but you never sort of see it. And I realise I might be losing you here because this is complicated to explain. But it's sort of seamlessly... players will just disappear. If you enter a specific mission, players around you will disappear. Like, they'll sort of just fade out. But if you're doing certain other missions, then players can just join in with you. But you don't need, in the sort of core experience, you never need other players. You can play with teammates, with friends, and you will have a easier experience, because obviously you'll be 2 people, 3 people, whatever, fighting against the same baddies. But the entire main story mode can be played solo, and then there is PvP, which... none of those hit anyone. Which, of course, obviously is multiplayer. So it's a bit of co-op, bit of multiplayer, but it can be played to a lot solo. David asked if I've played Halo. I haven't actually played Halo. I never had an Xbox until like really, really late. I had the Xbox 360 like just to play Skate 3 or something like that. So yeah, I never got into any console shooters, to be honest. I remember playing Time Splitters and 13, which was XIII 13, which is like a really cool cell shade. Oh shit, I left myself vulnerable there. So that was the only console shooters I ever played. Joe, hey, good to see you're doing well. Thank you very much, Joe. Haven't seen you for a while either, I'm assuming. Yeah, it's been a slow year in terms of me actually doing stuff, if I'm perfectly blunt with myself. But, you know, I'd like to try and pick things up a bit if I can. Destiny is like Warframe. I think that's true. I think Warframe is very, yeah. I have not played Warframe, but from what I know about it, yeah, it is very similar in that regard. Some sort of co-op elements, some sort of multiplayer elements, some solo elements. And it's all sort of done in the same universe. It's not trying to separate those experiences too much. Skate 3, what a game. I've never played Highlander, always played Sixes. Matter of preference, really. I was playing... I used to play Spy in like this pub server. I used to regular this community server. And there was like someone there who were also a regular, and they were just like, oh, that was the second rocket from his Bizarre Bargain as well. It was just like, hey, I see you around here a lot. I'd like to start a team. I play heavy. Do you want to play Spy in my team? And it literally just started like that, and then I got into competitive from there. We used to... Oh, it's Jojo! Oh my god. I didn't even know I told you guys that I had a YouTube. Did I even have a channel when we lived together? Everyone say hi to Joe, my IRL friend, who I haven't seen since we lived in a house together, probably. Or maybe like once or twice. How many years ago was that? Funny enough, I saw Shelley the other day, Joe, and we were talking about those days. Is this guy going to try trick stab? Oh, no, he's just going to lead me to 2 sentries. To be fair, that was a smart move. And that was pretty much, for sure, his dead ringer. Yeah, it was his dead ringer, because he's back alive. He's a gibbous spy with 3 dominations. Who thinks he is maybe wearing the gibbous to lull people into a false sense of security? I think he is. Alright, this medic's got Uber. He's either going to pop it on this heavy or me. And either way, he's going to... Has he popped it? He hasn't popped it yet. I thought they were going to come in. Everyone's actually saying hi to Joe. It was good, but it was also terrible. Yeah, I won't go... 7 years you see? Oh my god, that's crazy. Yeah, I won't go into too much details here, because airing my dirty laundry, for lack of a better description. But it was a cool experience, and it sort of... I learnt a lot from it. Yeah, I don't really see anyone from back then, but then again, 7 years is quite a long time. I had no idea it was 7 years. Really does fly. Oh, is that spy? Is it? I can't... No, it's not. Okay. This Pyro can actually reflect as well. Don't know how that second one gave him no splash damage. Goodbye. Where's the medic? Wasn't there a medic here? Okay. An old friend reunited. Yep, that's exactly what it is. I tend not to tell IRL people about my YouTube channel. Not because I'm, you know, want to conceal my identity or anything like that. It's just, unless you're into Team Fortress 2 specifically, then you probably just won't understand I've messed this up. I should not have tried to fight him with the rocket launcher. Hope Casper uses the paper crown for Christmas. God, David, is that you remembering my top 10 Christmas hats video by any chance? That is a throwback and a half. That's like 2 or 3 Christmases ago. Yeah, it's definitely more than 2, I'm sure of it. I'm quite flattered to know that there's someone who's been a fan for that long here. And is still watching my videos. That's awesome. Maybe I should not fire rockets at these 2 pyros. Maybe I will... Maybe I'll go medic. You can believe people can actually choose medic in this game. Kill him, please. You're a spy, I know it. Shoot him, someone! Let's actually try Pyro for a little while. I think there's a lot there to reflect. What would you do when your channel died out? Well, if that ever happens, I'll just, you know, carry on with my life. YouTube is not my career. I'm not sure what the perspective... That's the wrong word. I'm not sure what the sort of general understanding is on how much money YouTube makes, but... I don't make anywhere near enough money to live off my YouTube. I don't even make enough money that would like cover my rent. So YouTube is like, oh, you know, maybe I'll get myself some nice food a couple of times in the month. But it's not my job. So if that money disappears, it's not going to change my life. I'll still have to go to my job every day. I'll still have my other hobbies. Maybe, you know, I'll just have another 5 or so, well, I probably don't even spend 5 hours a week at the moment on YouTube. On YouTube stuff, you know, just have a couple of extra hours of free time a week. So that's what would happen if my channel died. It would suck a bit, because I've, you know, worked hard on it for many years. So I'd be disappointed that it died. But it wouldn't change my life, if that was the sort of question you were asking. Alright, we're nearly capturing this. We've got 4 minutes to get it not very far, so I think we might actually do this. I found out through Steam, to be honest. Casper tried to get me into doing it. I was certainly more interested in the game, but I'm an Overwatch noob. Yeah, TF2 fans tend to have an animosity towards Overwatch, Joe, so watch what you're saying, because you might get munched. First time seeing you live. Will you stream more often on YouTube? Asks Redario. I'd like to. For me, it's just, as I was sort of just saying, I do work the full-time job. So YouTube's just like something I do when I have the time, which isn't a guaranteed thing for me. I never have, like in a given week, there's no sort of fixed time that I'm available. So that's why there's no sort of fixed stream schedule. And I realised I got this advanced option on that I don't like. And I can't remember what it was. I'm actually going to stay on stream for the rest of this map. I don't see why not. It was something about like medic bubbles. Okay, no. Remember the active weapon, play a sound, class specific. HUD. Turn on colorblind, use play mode, Ah, there we go. That was the one. So now it's... Yeah, that's what I wanted. YouTube have really messed with content creators. Overwatch is okay, not as good as TF2. What do you think of the new cosmetics? What do I think of the new cosmetics? Yeah, I think the Scream FoRtEsS ones are often the best cosmetics because they're so much more creative. I'm not going to make it. Fuck. They're so much more creative than some of the normal cosmetics. So, of course, there was like, I think there was a cat hat which I was sadly unable to unbox. But there was like a Puss in Boots style set for the spy. Oh, I didn't mean to actually switch class, but. This hat, and there's like boots and like something else for the spy, which if you go back and watch my top 10 spy hats video from like 4 years ago, I request that set. So the fact that it finally got made, that was pretty cool. Yeah, I'm quite happy with most of the cosmetics. I wish that Valve had pushed the comp though. Oh, in this oh, hello. I was reading the chat. Why did I just get a kill sound, but nothing in the kill feed? That was strange. I'm assuming it was a dead ring, anyway. Oh, nice. I played Overwatch for a while, but I feel like whilst it's really well made, it's got, you know, reasonably active, you know, much more active, you know, community that's active enough that you never have to struggle to find what you want. Oh, goodbye. That's spy. And the developers are obviously active compared to Team Fortress 2. It's just I don't like playing it. It's just sad. I really want to enjoy it, but I just don't enjoy it. I find myself getting so mad when I play it. I feel like there's too much, not too much, but there's such a reliance on teamwork that in any case where there isn't teamwork, then it's just not fun. And that's a lot of the time. The main issue with Overwatch is that it's a MOBA game and TF2 was an FPS with some bullshit. Yeah, it does have sort of MOBA elements. I don't know. What did I miss? Something else? YouTube has really messed with content creators. I mean, yeah, I don't know. If you follow YouTube, you've probably heard it all before, so I got nothing new to add to that conversation. I never lived off YouTube. My YouTube money has never been anything more than nice little, you know, get myself a game each month, maybe something like that. So I'm not upset if that money suddenly disappears or anything like that, or goes lower. Doesn't affect me, if that makes sense. Do I have any expectations for a Christmas update? Well, honestly, when the Halloween update dropped, I was quite surprised. I thought they had just given up. They weren't going to do anything else. How did they get in that corridor? Did they come from that side, I wonder? So yeah, I was surprised that that happened. But at the same time, it was quite a small update, wasn't it? As in, content-wise, there was hardly any new content. They ported in a bunch of community maps, which is basically press a couple of buttons. There was they ported in all the cosmetics. That was basically press a couple of buttons. And they added in the taunts, which what we found out from speaking to the voice actors. Yeah, you're going to get away, aren't you? Oh, dear. That those lines were recorded, like, over a year ago, I think. So, the voice lines to go with the taunts. So, it seems pretty safe to say that those taunts weren't made specifically for this update. They were made some time ago, and just, you know, they decided to release them with this update. So, I don't hold out any hope for a Christmas update, if I'm perfectly honest. Well, I believe there will be one, and I believe it will just be, you know, a bunch of community cosmetics and a bunch of community maps, with maybe one or two kind of, you know, not that exciting Valve stuff, like a taunt, or I don't think we'll see a new Valve map, for example, or a new game mode, or we might see Christmas contracts like we did for Halloween. But yeah, I'm not holding my breath for anything exciting. I'm not holding my breath for another... I don't think we'll see unique contracts. I don't think we'll see creative contracts. I think we'll see do XYZ on this Christmas map, basically. They rely on the community for the content. Yes, they do. They really do. Will it be an Xmas update? Don't tell me TF2 is alive. I don't know what the devs are doing. Everyone who's been there, so like Uncle Dane, if you don't know him, he's a very big Team Fortress 2 YouTuber, probably the biggest one who's active. This is a spy, by the way. And he dead wrong, by the way. I don't know where he would have gone. He might have come up here. No, he probably went back the other way. Yeah, so Uncle Dane, I'm sure most of you know him if you know TF2 content. If not, check him out. I'm sure you like him. Oh dear. He's been to Valve. He has direct contacts with Valve. Not just Uncle Dane. He's just one example. There's a few people who have spoken directly to Valve. And they all say the same thing. That the TF2 team, the developers, are so enthusiastic. And they really love the game. They're really interested in hearing what people have to say. They really want the game to be the best it can be. But then to everyone else who doesn't go to Valve, they see these Uncle Dane videos, or whoever it might be, and other than those videos, it would seem like the exact opposite, wouldn't it? We don't get any blog posts, we don't... When we do get updates, they're just community content. We don't know that anything is going on. They haven't told us... They haven't made a blog post saying, oh, here's what's coming in the future. They haven't said, oh, what we'd like to do. There's nothing at all. So I don't really... You know, I feel conflicted based on what these community people who have spoken directly to Valve, and they've got no reason to lie. So I'm assuming it's the truth. Everything they said is the truth. These people are enthusiastic. But at the same time, these developers, you're going to die to flame damage. They're not communicating with the community who they love so much. So I'm confused. Basically, to put it bluntly, I'm confused. Have I ever been recognized in the street? Well, no one's come up to me in the street, but I did have someone once ask me on a live stream, was I in XYZ place today? I think I saw you. And I was. It was me. So I have been recognized in the street, but that person didn't approach me and say, hey, are you Casper? So, and that was ages ago. I was probably on like 10,000 subscribers at the time as well. Oh my god. So, it's kind of funny that even though the channel's like nearly 5 times that size, it hasn't happened since. I mean, I'm sure Joe, who's watching right now, he would recognize me in the street, seeing as we live in the same town and we lived together for a while. This guy's just running and dead ringing so often. I'm gonna get him. Promise you, I'm gonna get him. I got you, little prick. You can't sneak away from me. What did I miss? What was the last thing Valve put out for any game? Geo, they actually are quite active with Dota. They're quite active with CSGO. And they've just put out a whole new game, or I think it's coming out very soon, called Artifact, which is a card game based on Dota. So Valve are pretty active. They're just not active for Team Fortress 2. Oh, just missed him. I think I might stay for one more. Even though it's really late on a school night. Neutral. I'm having fun, so I'm going to stay for one more. Joe, I wouldn't recognize. I think you would. I haven't changed that much. Valve have admitted that they don't communicate with the public very often. Yeah, they have. So they're perfectly aware of it. So why don't they just not do that? Why don't they just talk? Even the CSGO developers talk more. So I don't know. It's frustrating to us as people who love the game. For me, who's played the game now for coming on 10 years. You know, I want to see it thrive. I want more reasons to play the game. I'm not like completely bored of it. But if there was something new and exciting to do, then I would love to do that. So for me, I think for Valve as well, it's extra frustrating because there's no reason not to. They've got the money, haven't they? It's not like Team Fortress 2 is not making enough money. Think of all the Steam Community Market sales, all the key sales for unboxing. Team Fortress 2 is paying a lot of people's wages at Valve. So why that isn't going directly back into Team Fortress 2, I guess. That's part of the frustrating thing. I would really love a Twitch Prime reward for TF2 like there is for PUBG, Fortnite, and Paladins. Yeah, that would be cool, but that's definitely not going to happen. I will... Well, for starters, Steam are trying to do their own streaming service. For example, the CSGO Major was streamed on it. I'm assuming the International was streamed on it, the Dota tournament. I can't remember actually what it is. It might be just like steam.tv or something like that. Don't go to that website. That might not actually be it. But I can't think of any time where Steam have specifically done a partnership with Twitch. So I don't see that ever happening. I don't see that ever happening. And again, I have to HUD reload scheme my HUD on the default HUD. Why you gotta do me like this? IDD. Is that an acronym? I don't know. IDD. I just need to check my real life. What's going on? Oh, nothing much exciting. Apart from the fact that 13 items on my wish list are on sale apparently on Steam. I have to check out what those are. Where's the best place to stand? As Sniper. This will be a real test of my new sensitivity, won't it? Bit of sniping. You can actually see through these gaps. This one is probably better. If I could see someone's head right there, I could shoot through the gap in that box. Oh, early Uber pop. Autumn sale. Oh, of course, yes, it's the autumn sale. I'll have to check what they are. I'm not sure how many of you follow me on Twitter, but I tweeted out. I saw the autumn sale. It was asking you to vote. I'm not sure if any of you have logged into Steam today, but there's a vote for the Game of the Year awards, Steam Game of the Year awards. Nominate your favorite games. So I thought, oh, what games have I played this year? Oh, well, he wins. So I looked at my transactions for this year, and I bought something like 8 games. Played 2 of those 8 games for an hour each, and then the other 6 games I haven't played. I bought like 6 games in the summer sale. I'm gonna die. That's a spy. It's not a spy. What is going on? No. And yeah, I didn't play a single one of them yet. So what I might do is a video where it's sort of like a... Oh! Okay, fully charged piss rifle. It's sort of like a... all of those videos, but like 1 minute spent on... well, all of those games, but 1 minute spent on each of those games doing something, I don't know, funny, entertaining, I don't know. I just wish there was more advertising for this game. League is still advertising. In a world where the biggest game is a free-to-play cartoony shooter, I think a lot of people would come in. I think you're perfectly right. I don't think they want more people in TF2. They're happy with happy with where it is, I guess. Otherwise, you know, it's a no-brainer. I'm sure there's plenty of younger people out there, especially, who never heard of Team Fortress 2. You know, might not even understand who Valve are. To know that, to look up, like, Valve's games. Oh dear, that was nowhere near. So, yeah, like... I really want to kill this pistol rifle guy, and I walked straight into that. We're moving on. What about campaign showing the story of each mercenary? That would be so cool. That would be so cool, David, but that would be too much work for them, and I don't think they would ever do that. I don't think they would ever do that. I mean, they've got the comics. There was these 7 comics that were meant to all come out, or was it 8? I can't remember. 6 or 7 or 8 comics, and they were planned to be this number of comics from the start, from the offset, and they wrote 7 or 6, whatever it is. And the last one just never came. And then it turned out that the guy who was writing the comics has left Valve. So they may never come. And he said, I think actually he rejoined Valve to write some stuff, but we don't know if we're, you know, that's ever coming. I think TF2 just is fine, like, as it is, if that makes sense. It's still trucking along, and I don't think they see any reason to do anything with it because of that. Like, oh, TF2 is absolutely fine in a financial sense. Stability, it's also fine. It just requires so little work for them, and to still be as a strong a position as it is, I don't think they will ever... I don't think they see a reason to do anything more than what they're already doing. But I don't know, because they don't talk to us. I could be completely wrong. I would love to be wrong. I would love for them to be working really, really hard on porting it to Source 2 or something like that, or working on TF3. What is going on? But we have no idea, because they don't talk. Joe there saying, wait, Valve didn't finish something? Yeah, it's not really their style, is it? They're almost like a proof of concept company. They're like, can we build a super duper class-based shooter that lasts the test of time? Oh, yes we can. Let's stop working on it now. Let's build one of the most successful PC shooters of all time, and then sit back, leave it go. Oh, what's that? The Counter-Strike franchise? Oh yeah. Let's get that into a really good position and then just leave it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Well, there's some truth in that. There is some truth in that, Lawrence, to be fair. Yeah, I can't really argue with that. I suppose, well, I guess we just got used to seeing pretty impressive major content updates. When they sort of slow down, it feels... Let's see if I can do this jump. Oh, well, that's a good start. Oh, I can't even jump off of here now. I've got to do this twice. There it is. And he's gone. Oh no, he's still here. That was well worth it. Doing that trick jump was well worth it. Got the teleporter. That could have caused us some real issues. And now I'm going to get this medic, who doesn't have an Uber. And I did not flick onto him well. Someone else finished him off at least. Oh, that's not going to work for you. And just this guy left. Apparently I reflected something onto him. Oh! Poop. Yeah, I don't know. I think you know, we've seen that Team Fortress 2's player numbers are so steady that for all the people maybe who are like me or maybe a bit more past the stage that I'm at, they're bored, they want to see new content that's not coming and they're quitting. For all the people that do that, there must be new people joining the game because... Oh, dear. I'm going to die. Because the player numbers are staying around about the same. So, Team Fortress 2 is alive and well. Is the long and short of it. as Team Fortress fans, we've got nothing to worry about. If we want new content, then maybe we need to not hold our breaths. I'll just check my real life. No, nothing much going on. Yeah, I think I shall end after this round. That could be another 7 minutes if they don't capture it. It is a school night after all. Welcome back, David. How is your peaches? Now, let's try this trick jump again. Do I want to trick jump onto those stickies? Okay, that didn't really move them where I wanted. There we go. I'm back. No, I didn't reflect well. Okay, that probably wasn't worth it. I need to try that again. Oh no! How are we doing? How are we looking? That sentry gun up there could cause us some problems. Did I ever play Team Fortress Classic? I have played it since playing Team Fortress 2. Okay, as that ended so quickly, we will try the attacking round as well. But then that is definitely the last round for the night. Yeah, I played it, funnily enough, I bought it in a summer sale with the explicit intention of adding it into a video where I played like 5 games that I bought in the summer sale. And oh my god, it's a completely different experience. Like, to say it's a different experience, it doesn't even remotely cover what it actually is. It doesn't feel like I could recognize that the map was Dust Bowl. But then to like open your dead ringer, for example, as a spy, you had to open like 3 or 4 menus with your mouse, and it was like one of those old school HTML website menus where, you know, you hover it, then you go down a bit, like on Windows 98 on the start bar. It was like one of those sort of menus. It was so bizarre. But I might be able to do something funny in terms of a video from it, at least. You might be seeing an Epic using Epic username. I called you Epic then, like, you know, that's your first name. Username's your second name. Can I call you Epic? Play it till my girlfriend comes back. Yeah, she's not going to be back for like... She's going to be back like halfway through my... You know, at the end of work tomorrow. So my bosses might not like that so much. I want to do that sort of stuff. And I think if you saw my most recent 2 videos... You can see that they weren't Team Fortress 2 videos, but they were related to Team Fortress 2. So what I'm trying to do is create stuff that will be interesting to my existing fans who like Team Fortress 2, but also open up my channel in a new genre, or new sort of... not in things which aren't exclusively Team Fortress 2. So if I was to do a Summer Sale Games video... And one of the games... Uber me. And one of those games in that video was Team Fortress Classic. Then maybe some of the Team Fortress fans of my channel would watch it for the Team Fortress Classic bits. And stick around and enjoy the non-Team Fortress Classic bits. That is my train of thought. How are you not on fire? God damn it. I'm dead. I'm so dead. The Lord of the Rings reference... There is Lord of the Rings references in the game. What? In Team Fortress Classic? What are these references? It reminded me more of early Unreal Tournament than it did Team Fortress 2. Oh, you backed yourself into a corner, son. He could have done more damage to me there, for sure. What are these Lord of the Ring references? I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just curious. Oh, not that gun. Just curious as to what they are. You gonna heal me? Okay, I want... What are you doing? Heal me. Thank you. I've also picked up Let's Go Eevee specifically. Very different game to Let's Go Pikachu. And I've been playing that a fair bit. I'm contemplating doing a video on it, but... Again, I'm not going to just do a video on it for the sake of it. I feel like I'd have to... You know, be confident I can do something interesting with it. You really want what's over there, don't you? Showing my age here, but I started off with Team Fortress Card. Nope, there's nothing wrong with that, Lawrence. We all started somewhere. I mean, I'm 27. I just got into PC gaming kind of late. My first PC gaming was Unreal Tournament 2004. Whilst that game was still thriving, so it must have been around that time. Maybe 2005, 6 sort of time, I guess. But I played on the GameCube. That was probably my most played console, or the PlayStation 2. The Unreal Tournament's where it all started. Yes, that's right. It was for me. How am I enjoying it? Asked Joe, presumably in reference to Let's Go Eevee. I'm enjoying it less than I thought I would, which is sad to say, because I'm a big Pokemon fan. Thank you, Medic. I don't like the throw the Pokeballs repeatedly catching mechanic. I like the Pokemon walking around in the overworld. I think that's cool. And I don't think that changes sort of the balance or the flow too much. But it's so... The thing with lowering a Pokemon's health to try and catch them is it made it feel like you were in control. If you didn't catch the Pokemon, you know to some degree it was because you didn't lower its health enough. In this game, if you don't catch a Pokemon, but you get an excellent Ultra Ball throw, and you do that like 5 times and then it runs away, you're like, what the fuck? Like, that is... that is... it just feels like you're out of control. And I don't think a game should make you feel like that. Certainly not a single-player game. You should be in control of how well you do. In gaming in general, not just single-player games. So yeah, I don't like that element. It's annoying me a little bit. I feel like I have to... And because while catching Pokemon gives you more XP than fighting trainers, I feel like I have to grind catching Pokemon. Like the same Pokemon over and over again. And I don't want to do that. So that is my early review. I'm only a few hours into it. But I really hope they don't do that for the 2018 game. I'll be very disappointed if they do. I've entered TF2 community from shitty Gmod videos. That is quite funny, because Gmod is quite big in its own right. It's amazing what the Source Engine can do. What am I doing here, says Anakin. You're hanging out and watching some TF2. And Kajido is agreeing with regards to Pokemon games. That's fair enough. I'm glad I'm not the only one. This Pokemon game, I think what we have to remember, if you are a long-time Pokemon fan, and you've played in some of the more recent generations, this game is not designed for you. It's not designed for me. It's designed for new Pokemon fans and young Pokemon fans. Maybe those who have played Pokemon Go. Obviously, I think that's quite obvious from the name. It's quite obvious from the Pokeball mechanics. They're trying to capture a new audience, mainly. So I'm hoping when they do release... Are you still charging Uber? Where did he go? Did he die? No, he just... Where did he go? Okay. Yeah, it's not really for me. So I can sort of appreciate why they've made those changes, but I'm a bit disappointed that I don't get to enjoy the game as much as I would like to. So hopefully when the main series game does come... Where's that Pyro gone? When the main series game comes next year... Oh. It is back to the old style. I'm a Pokemon noob, but can you not transfer Pokemon from old games? I don't believe you can. You can transfer Pokemon from Go, the mobile phone game. I don't think you can transfer to this game. Even if you could, it wouldn't change the fact that you still sort... Oh god, I've run out of ammo completely. That, you do still have to, catch Pokemon. That's sort of the aim of the game. Some people don't mind grinding that way, and, I'm happy for them. But I do. So I'd rather I didn't have to. I'm coming for you, son. I mean, he must have seen me come here. I don't know what he was hoping to achieve. He would have been better off going back into the spawn. I didn't deserve to win that fight. I missed my flare. He hit me like 3 times. Oh shit. I'm dead. Oh my god. I don't know how I got out of here. That's quite some maneuvering. Seemed like a game to bring the Pokemon Go players together rather than hardcore Pokemon. Yeah, I completely agree with that, Joe. That's what it looks like to me as well. Oh! Came close to my Records for Revenge, the same one. I don't like Pokemon, says David. That's fair enough. I do, however, like the concept of capture chaining much more than SOS chaining. Could you tell me what SOS chaining is? I'm not... don't know what that means. SOS. Is that something to do with trying to catch shinies? Well, which one do I want? This one. I'm glad we got this before the 8th gen. I feel like Game Freak needed this to really test the new... Yeah, I think that is... Why are we talking about Pokemon, Anakin? Because, you know, this isn't a TF2 only stream. We're talking about things that I'm interested in and other people here are interested in. We're going to diverge from TF2 from time to time. That's the way it is. I don't know why this is still there. Go away. Yeah, I can see what you're saying there, Kajido. It does give them a chance to test it, so hopefully, yeah, it does give us something, hopefully sets the bar for the Generation 8. Let's Google SOS chaining. What is this? SOS battle chaining. Oh, I see. I understand. Yes, in some of the previous generations, a Pokemon could call for help, and I'm assuming that would, increase your shiny chance or something? Well, anyway, we shan't go on a long talk about Pokemon now whilst we look at the main menu. SOS chaining from Pokemon Sun and Moon, Ultra Moon is a method where you get one Pokemon to call for help repeatedly. Okay. Fair enough. I've never actually, as much as I'm a huge Pokemon fan, I've never played it competitively. I've always enjoyed playing through the story and building up a party. But I was always happy just beating the NPCs. I was never interested in then taking it a step further and going into player versus player. But I do have an interest in knowing what's going on in that department. I suppose I just don't actively engage in it myself. When will I stream again? Asked David. Hopefully this weekend, because my girlfriend is out again, which is generally the easiest time for me to stream. But until then, I will thank you all for hanging out, and thank you for educating me on Pokemon. And thank you, Joe, for popping in. I haven't seen you. Maybe I'll see you again soon. I'm sure we will at some point. But yeah, thanks everyone for hanging out. I don't actually have... I was going to create a goodbye thing, so you don't just look at my face as I sort of awkwardly click the disconnect button. But that is what we're going to do. So thanks everyone for hanging out, and I'll see you maybe this weekend.